Hey everyone, so I'm in the car now, heading back to the trail with, there's Dada.
Hi.
Jordan and Mom in the back. We were in Waynesville for the weekend. I took 2 zeros and an euro. It's Monday now. It was a nice time off, so I got out of the Smokies and I took a shuttle to Standing Bear and met them there. We stayed at the Best Western in Waynesville. Got all my gear cleaned up. It was a couple nice days to have off. We went out, ate a bunch of food. It was a nice weekend catching up with everyone. Head back to Standing Bear now. And that's it then. Mom, Dad, and Jordan are gonna catch a plane back home. But it was a great long weekend and looking forward to maybe seeing them in Damascus. Alright, catch you later. Good morning. Well, it's closer to noon now, but anyway, just came down from Max Patch. It was pretty cool up there, but unfortunately cold and windy, so we didn't spend much time up there. It would have been cool to like relax and hang out or even like spend the night last night, but still had some nice views, but it just wasn't hanging out on the top of a mountain kind of weather. So just stopping for a lunch break now. So I switched out, since it's just been so much warmer than I expected it to be. This is like a lighter weight than fleece layer that I switched out for instead of that heavier green fleece, which I think is a good choice. It'll be a little chilly if it gets like really cold, but it just hasn't been really cold yet. I'm gonna go, I think, a slow day to a shelter, and it'll be like a 13-mile day total today. Yesterday I did like 7 or 8 miles to a shelter after Mom and Dad dropped me off, and so it was great again to hang out with everyone, had a great time. And they dropped me off at Standing Bear Hostel, so I hung out with some hikers, met up with some friends there. And we walked to the shelter, and then was hiking with some other people today for a while, but having a good time. I will catch you down the trail. So after Max Patch, we had a pretty nice flat section that followed a creek, and it was just loaded with rhododendrons. So it was a little green tunnel. It was kind of neat, but it was definitely the flattest section on the trail so far. It was like 4 miles of little ups, little downs, but like for the most part it was flat. And I stopped for like a late lunch, early dinner at Walnut Shelter. Everyone that I was with last night, well, not everyone, most of the people I was with last night are staying there for the night. But I got there at like 2 o'clock and it was just a little early. So I'm pushing on. I'm not going to go to the next shelter. It would make it like a 20-mile day. But I'm going to stop at one of the tent sites before then, and it'll make it around a 15 to 16 mile day. But then I'll have a shorter day into Hot Springs tomorrow, which will be nice. And rumor around the trail, there's a chance of rain, so probably getting to Hot Springs will be earlier, will be better. And it's nice out now, so why not hike? And I'll catch you later up trail. So another nice thing about this spot is it's kind of the mountainside blocks the wind. So if you could find a spot blocked by the wind, that's great, but you know, could only be so picky. One thing I do usually later after I set up my tent and stuff is I'll like wash my face, wash my feet. Keeping my feet cleaner is important to me, so every day I'm like washing my legs and my feet and like my face, and I like rinse my head off if it's not too hot. I mean, not too cold, but if it's like downpouring or freezing cold, I'll skip that. But almost every night I'm in the creek just rinsing off a little bit. It's nice to feel fresh at the end of the day. .6 to Hot Springs. 268 down, 1,924 to go. Good progress. Good morning. It is Hot Springs Day today. So I was probably only out here for like 2.5 days, but the trail goes right through Main Street of Hot Springs. It's one of like few towns that you really don't have to get off trail. The NOC and Hot Springs, I think, are the only two that I know of, so definitely gonna spend some time in Hot Springs. I don't need a shuttle or anything to get to town. And not sure if I'm gonna spend the night. I think I'm going to. I just have no reason to push on. I think most of the people I know other than JPEG are behind me, so probably just spend some time in Hot Springs. Last night was pretty good. I stealth camped last night, which is one of the few times, surprisingly so far, I've stealth camped. Stealth camping is really just not staying at like the designated campsites or at the shelters. So we were like a little off trail, just on an old service logging road. There's a lot of really old ones out here, so it's a nice flat spot protected by the wind and like the backside of Bluff Mountain. And probably it's like from the early 1900s, so there's trees growing it and everything. But last night was good. It rained a little bit, so I had to close up the tent doors. So it was a little damp from condensation inside, but not bad. And we're going into town, so we'll dry things out anyway. Rumor on the street is we have more rain coming our way the next couple days. I haven't checked, but we've been lucky the past few days. Eventually, I think I'm gonna have to get from home a tank top in addition to my hiking shirt. So this shirt is my sleep shirt. I hike in that blue one every day. But on these hot, grimy, like hot, humid days, it just gets so nasty. So if I have a t-shirt and a tank top, I'll just be able to like change them out and rinse them overnight, which will be really nice. Then dry them out like the next day. But once bug season comes along, I think I'm gonna want a long sleeve shirt just to keep out the mosquitoes and things. So I'm not gonna want a long sleeve shirt, t-shirt, and a tank top. Not sure. We'll see as it gets closer. Figure it out. But not much. We're probably 5 miles from Hot Springs. All downhill, so it shouldn't be too bad. I will catch you there. Here we go. This is Hot Springs. Looks like a cute town from up here. Let's go check it out. Good morning. I am in Hot Springs now. It's raining. Spent the night at Laughing Heart Hostel, and it was a good night. I just finished breakfast with the Cornell kids, so we've been in touch, and I saw them for the first time in Standing Bear. They started 2 days behind me, so they caught up when I took the couple zeros with the family. And not sure what to do today. I don't want to stay, but I also don't want to head out in the rain. We'll see what ends up happening. I'll probably head out today, but maybe I'll get like a later start. Tomorrow is nice, so you know, I could even dry and clean things out tomorrow. But keep you updated. Breakfast was yummy. It's nice having a relaxing morning on the other hand while we're here. Alright, talk to you later. So I'm out this hostel. It's Laughing Heart Hostel in Hot Springs. It's cool, they have like a whole kitchen. And unless something has a name on it, hikers could eat and take whatever they want. So, and everything's, I mean, it's pretty clean and well kept, but pretty cool. Just a ton of food. And then back over here they have a fridge and a freezer that's like fully loaded. Same thing, it's all not, for the most part I think, non-expired things. Just up for grabs, I don't know where it comes from. But tons of food. Pretty cool. Oh, and coffee. There's the coffee station in the morning. And we got a bathroom over there. This is like the island right in front. Another bathroom. It's a nice place. Good morning. Once again on the main street of Hot Springs, which is actually the trail. So, rumor on the street is the trail is flooded out from all the rain we got yesterday. Once, like right on the other side of Hot Springs. It's nice out now. We're gonna go check it out. There was 2 hikers that went there and then they came back. But we're gonna see actually how bad it is. If it's just getting our toes wet, we'll go through. But you know, if it's raging river through a flooded trail, then we'll head out. But anyway, we just finished breakfast. Gonna pack some stuff up and hopefully hit the trail. So this is the flooded French Broad River, and now we know why the trail's flooded. This thing is insane. There's an alternate route. We were talking to the guy at the outfitter, so we are not going through this, which is good. Hi everyone. So I stayed in Hot Springs last night and it was probably the right thing to do. I met up with the group of Cornell kids and 2 other people that joined their group, so there was 6 of them, and I made 7. Today we headed out, so the trail was flooded this morning from all the rain yesterday. Right outside of Hot Springs, it was like a quarter mile outside of Hot Springs. Some people were like trudging through, but I ended up taking the bypass. Well, it's not like a real bypass, it's another trail, and it joins up like half a mile back on the AT. So I only cut off like a really little section, but better safe and not forge through the raging river. Today will be like a 8, maybe 9 mile day, so not a whole lot of miles, but pretty relaxing. It's nice to just stroll sometimes on the sunny days. We'll be at the top Rich Mountain Fire Tower maybe, and if it's not super windy, which obviously it sounds windy right now, but we're thinking about camping at the top there. Get a good sunrise and a sunset. That's it. Oh, one more cool thing. So we met Mr. Fabulous today, who is not a big, like a pretty big name. He wrote a book called The Unlikely Thru Hiker, about like diversity on the trail, and he's like big into inspiring like the Black community into getting out on the trail. So it was I've heard a lot about him, so it was unexpected. Just on the trail we met up with him and we're talking to him for like a half hour, but it was pretty cool. And he said he might meet us at the top with some trail magic if he could get there easily. We'll find out. But I haven't read his book, but now I definitely have to read his book. So maybe he has an audiobook, but I think it's a pictures too, so I don't know. We'll talk to him about it at the top. Maybe I have like 2 miles left. That's it. It's been a, you know, a different kind of day today. New group. Sun's out, but it's been cool. I've been having a good time. Maybe next couple of days we'll start doing some bigger miles, but having a good time. All right, catch you down the trail, probably at the fire tower.